see, that saves at 908, so that's still relevant. We'll just do that. Load. Alright, and let's get the timer back on. Alright. Let's get back to work. Yeah, you're on, Titus. Good to be back. I had to take a several day break just due to rather annoying bits of news. Very unfortunate. Yep, level 39. Soon. I think we got pretty close to it during the last bit, but still a bit to go. I didn't bother checking the EXP needed. Actually, give me just a second. There we go. Yeah, level 39, we're on the way. We will get there. Yeah, I would have definitely streamed yesterday, but around the time I was about to start, news was coming out about the fire at Kyoto Animation, and I just decided to stick around and try to keep up with that instead of streaming. Ooh. What a disaster that was. Like the building itself was, I think it was fairly modern in construction, but oh my god, if you actually looked at any of the like fire safety aspects of it, like, that place was doomed. And it's not to make light of the actual situation, it's absolutely terrible, but it becomes very obvious why it got as bad as it did whenever you realize just how wholly unprepared for a fire that building is. Like, it's insane. It was 3 stories high, all the windows were kind of like fully open proof to avoid possibilities of suicide. Same thing with the actual roof. The roof only opens inward. Like, there are so many possible escapes, but like they were just all cut off for safety's sake. There was no fire escape down the side, nothing. Like, it's absolutely tragic. It kind of makes me have to wonder, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't see many fire escapes on Japanese buildings at all. When I like see actual pictures of Japan, like, I don't generally see fire escapes, and that's really worrying to me now. Like, what's the fire code there like? Well, yeah, they have a history of fires, but so does literally everywhere else. I mean, look like that 2001 Great Fire. I forget if that was Japanese or American, but God. How many bodies piled up? Workplace fires? Yeah, there was a second one in Japan yesterday. At a factory. Like, it is really bad. I guess that might just be what comes whenever whenever you go into super rapid economic expansion. just accidentally don't do some of the important stuff. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to go off of. I don't want to make sweeping judgments on the quality of Japanese craft, or the safety of it at least. Yeah, though, I got home from work and that story was just beginning to break. And, I think I was, like, one of the first couple people to, actually see the, Sentai Filmworks, donation, GoFundMe thing. And I just kind of followed it for a few hours before I went to bed. And I woke up and it was so much worse. And that's kind of what I was afraid of this time. Like, I figured if I go to sleep right now at like 3 a.m., if I go to sleep, I'm going to wake up and it's going to be much worse. Because people are going to have succumbed. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like every country has its share of terrible workplace fires. You know what? I want to get off of this. How's Dragon Quest going? What were you trying to spawn? Was it a green dragon or something? Platinum Iron Maiden. Did you check to see if it only occurred at nighttime or only at daytime? Because I know there are a couple of those. Platinum Iron Maiden. Dang. You got wiped. Man, I lent my copy to a friend. I want to go back and replay it. Actually, I need to just wait until the Switch version comes out thinking about it. That'll be fun. It's gonna be a real good time. Dang, what level were you for the party wipe? I don't think I ever actually fought Platinum Iron Maiden. Oh wow, you're in Act 2? Dang, you've been playing, man. How many hours in were you when you got to the tree? That's pretty cool. So you're pretty fresh out of there, then. I generally see like around the 50 mark. I got in there around 50 or 60 as well. Hey. That's what I'm talking about. God. That part of the game is so cool. Like, everything about it is just like, what the... It's fantastic. What a great idea. I legitimately wasn't expecting it. Alright, I'm gonna check the EXP on this.
You can beat me?
At this point, this could be like a 40 level, like a 40-minute level or something. 3150. Let's see. So 1550, 1525, 1575. So 1576 divide that by 2 is 757. Wait. That's 1,000. Wait, what am I thinking of? Hold on, let's bust. You know what? I'm busting out the calculator. I'm not doing this in my head. Alright. In any case, we're gonna round up. If it's uneven, we're gonna round up. 3151 divided by 4. 787. Alright, 788 then. For some reason I was rounding, I was thinking it'd be 775, or I was thinking it'd be 750, but no. It was 775 and then plus 13 for the extra bits. Okay. 788 divided by 20. Yeah, it's gonna be a 40-minute level. How about that? Yeah, so we'll reach that right around the 10-hour mark. Actually, you know what? Right now it's uneven. I tell you what, I'm just gonna beat him, get 3 XP, and make it an even number. Because I don't want... I want to be able to just directly go into the bit. I don't want any spicy level ups or anything. I want it to be smooth. Whoa, what's with this frame rate drop? This is not cool. Yeah, though, Act 2, really, really awesome. Always loved it. Everything about waking up from the disaster, so cool. Like, did you expect anything that went on there at the tree? Oh yeah. Yeah, what's his name? I can't think of it off the top of my head. All I remember is that the other one is Jasper. Edric. Yeah, that's it. Dude, your team gets so buff in the second act. Like, it's ridiculous. The only thing you dislike is that the design of bosses become regular enemies. I don't know, I kinda like that. So I don't feel like they were ever really supposed to be bosses to begin with. I feel like they were always supposed to kind of be that, and you just weren't strong enough to fight them at the time. Like those stupid birds that you had to fight. I think it was for the first orb. And those guys just become regular enemies, I think, right? I don't know, I kind of enjoy it. It's a different kind of character strength progression. That's kind of why enemy designs are going to change as you go further into the game. It's pretty well thought out, in my opinion. So have you been doing on the mini medals? Have you just been breaking every single pot and checking every chest and drawer? They still are special the first time. $61? That's pretty weak, dude. By the time I was that far in the game, I had all of them everywhere. They called me Mini Metal Misha because that was my name in the game. Yeah, straight up Kappa, man. Dual wielding good? I don't know. I used great swords. You have the question of why? I assume you mean for this kind of leveling. I got bored and I have time to kill. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, though I have him on great swords, honestly. I really liked how it controlled super early into the game, so that's what I ended up using. I think I only had Sylvando end up using 2 swords. Actually, no, wait, no, I don't think I had anyone dual-wielding swords. I think I had Sylvando on on Sword and Shield. Yeah, for the question of why I'm doing this, though, it really comes down to just boredom and free time. Like, I came across an old file I was doing this on a week or 2 back, and I just thought, yeah, I kind of feel like doing that again. Except this time past level, like, 12. Yeah, but I think the only person I had dual wielding anything was Eric for knives. I know you're using boomerangs on him, so you probably can't dual wield boomerangs. I feel like that'd be a little ridiculous. I don't know, I feel like 2 all attacks might be... You know what, never mind, it seems fair. You can almost understand why someone would want to grind on Destiny Island. It's you see it as a major flaw that Garden Scanner level up abilities. I guess I don't necessarily disagree, but like we don't really utilize them. Like the only reason I have Scan on is just for novelty's sake. Or do you mean in a casual sense, I guess? Yeah, in a casual sense, having them be level up abilities is a bit strange, but I'm not against it. Ooh. Like KH1 in general is just designed much more casually than 2, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, like, I understand why it is a level up. Like, if we're going for like the stupid realism defense, like I understand why guard is actually a level up, because imagine if someone didn't know how to go like Imagine if you learned that, if someone like forced you to learn that sometime in the future. It'd just be kind of weird. I don't know, I like learning fundamentals via level up. Honestly, I'm more concerned with it being an ability at all. I'm not, or at least there isn't a set of native abilities to begin with. Because I feel like guard ought to just be there. Because this place is actually perfect to practice all that stuff on. Waka constantly throws the ball. Like, everyone has attacks that you can actually see coming. Like, you can just guard against Tidus whenever he runs at you. You can guard against Waka's ball whenever he throws it. There are lots of good teaching instructions here, but you just don't have the abilities necessary, so it's kind of strange to use them whenever you actually do. Yeah, you'd think people that constantly fight one another on an island would know how to block. I agree. Yep. I don't know, I like Sora's pants. Like, they're so goofy looking. I don't know, I like all the goofiness in his design. It just makes sense to me. Because, I mean, everything about his outfit is supposed to kind of be reminiscent of Mickey. And that's why his design is kind of like the weirdest looking Sora's, I mean. Like, no one else has shoes quite as big as Sora's, except Mickey. And to be fair, he isn't actually wearing pants. Sora doesn't wear pants, he wears a onesie. Like, a terrible onesie. Here, I'll stop to check the EXP and I'll show you. Yeah, part of the magic dial I use is to prevent people from asking questions, I guess. Sora just wears a god-awful looking onesie. Like, see, the zipper goes right down to his crotch. It looks terrible, and you can't get it out of your head once you realize it. I don't know. I like pretty much everything about the design, though. I think it's great color-wise. 1740, right on track.
You're going down.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna breach it right around the 10-hour mark, probably a little after. Right around the around level 40 though, that is when that's when choosing the night route that we did is going to become much faster than the other two. The thing that bothers you the most is there's some sort of uses the hood in his outfits. There actually is official art of him wearing the hood. There actually is. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a fan of all of them in this game, but down the line in like Kingdom Hearts 2, I think Sora's design is fantastic. They went with a lot less loud colors, or a lot less use of them, and Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance just has overall like the best like color use, I think. Like everything's toned down, but the colors are still like super cool looking. Like if you look up the cover art for Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, I think it looks fantastic. Which kind of sucks about Kingdom Hearts 3 though, because I hate the designs in that game. Specifically the 3D ones. I mean, like the actual box art looks good, and a lot of the 2D art looks pretty nice, but the actual 3D models I'm not a fan of. Oh, there are the dogs. Those are dogs. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of lighting engine that they used. I think most of the characters look all greasy and gross. I said this about 0.2 whenever the trailers first dropped for it. I said, ew, that does not look good. It looks like someone smothered Aqua in grease. And then they brought that into Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, okay. Oops, that was a misplay. See, like, believe it or not, there isn't actually any, like, lighting engine in this. No matter where you go, Sora's shadow is always going to be directly underneath him. The only reason he has shadows, like, under his face and, like, on his neck is because they're baked in via texture, and I think that looks fantastic. Like, right now, the kind of games that are going to be booming on the indie scene, if they aren't already booming, pretty soon, they're going to be, are basically PS1 remakes, because that generation is kind of getting to the age where they can start making video games super seriously, and they'll have the experience to do so, so that's going to be pretty big. I can't wait until, like, 2025 or 2030 when PS2 stuff becomes the new aesthetic that they're going after. At least I hope. Like this super moderate, heavily stylized, just... Like, the PlayStation 2 was kind of perfect. Like, that was kind of the spot where... It was the sweet spot. where you had the technology that could render stuff realistically. I don't mean remakes. I mean people going with making low poly video games. Specifically low poly video games. I do not care about remakes in the slightest. I mean, aesthetically, it's going to, like, the new indie scene is going to eventually be PS1 graphics. But why? Because people grew up playing that. I mean, that's the reason 8-bit stuck around for so long. That's the reason pixel graphics have been like this. It's because it's super simple to actually do and to implement into video games. Like, you can just take any piece of art and do pixel art, and that's why it's stuck around. But people are getting to the age where they're competent enough and they have the skills to do like 3D stuff. So why wouldn't you want to do PS1 stuff? I love low poly. Like, I think what people interpret as bad PS1 graphics comes down to the resolution. Because if you look at low poly stuff, like, a lot of it looks really, really good. It doesn't look good, in your opinion? Okay. You're gonna hate the new indie scene, then. So I guarantee you have at least 4 or 5 years of PS1 games coming out. They might not be tank controls, but they're not gonna be... And I'm not saying pixel art is coming to an end, mind you. Like, is there a new trend? There has been for a while, in my opinion. Like, I've been seeing it for years now. People have done low poly stuff. I think it really does look great. Yeah, though, if you ever get the chance, look up, like, hashtag low poly game dev or something on Twitter. Like, you get so much stuff. People have been working on these games for, like, years, but it's kind of difficult to do environments. So that's why you probably haven't seen much of them come out. At least that's what I assume. Yeah, they'll give it like to the middle of 2020. I'm sure there'll be some games out.
You're going down.
Yeah, either you're gonna see a lot of games come out, or you're gonna see a lot of remasters. Actually, you're already seeing a lot of remasters. I hate the fact that everything that's coming out is a remake. I'd love to see, like, Spyro 1 or Crash in their old engines, but just with a higher resolution and frame rate. Like, I know that's what they did with, like, Grim Fandango a few years back, at least. That game looks fantastic still. Like, it's all about the texturing. I don't like how specifically Crash looks. I generally just don't like the look of him recently. I couldn't even really give specifics on it. I need to look it back. I need to look it up again, but like it just doesn't really fit well for me. I think Spyro looks pretty good, but it's significantly different. There's a significant enough difference between Reignited and the old games that I'd still like to see the old games. Not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily want to replace Reignited, but I'd like to have the opportunity to play old Spyro on new hardware. Yeah, the low poly stuff is gonna be big. Like, I think it's all gonna depend on, like, I think whenever it actually booms is all going to depend on when we get like a cave story type game, you know, just something that's super relevant that gets people talking. I guess something more like Undertale would probably do it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, the entire reason Sprite games stuck around for so long is just that, like, if you had like MS Paint, you could do sprite work. And the fact that literally anyone could do it means everyone wanted to do it. And it just so happens whenever if you include everyone in a list, a lot of people within everyone are going to want to make games. And the indie scene was just perfect for that. Like in 2004, Cave Story came out, or 2008 or something. And when that happened, it just opened the floodgates. They saw anyone could do like this pretty simple but kind of special game. And it just inspired everyone and it just took over. That and what was that game where you could like rewind time by a little bit? It was like 2008. It was, I think it was like an Xbox Live game. It was an indie. I keep thinking Unravel, but that's totally different. Yeah, I think it was Braid. That's it. Yeah, I'd really put Cave Story and Braid out there as like the main reasons like indie games took off the way they did towards like simple sprite work, puzzle platformers. Yeah, I think that's what we need though for low poly games. Like there are gonna be like 2 or 3 that just inspire everyone once they come out. Because those games, like, they only had a limited amount of reach because at the time YouTube wasn't really all that popular even. It like, but then you look at like something like Undertale, which 2015, I played that the week it came out and no one was talking about it. But by the end of October of that year, like, everyone was. By December, the memes, it was getting memed to all get out. Like, yeah, we just need one good success story, and everyone's gonna be going towards that. It was, but it still only had like a limited reach. Same with Cave Story. Again, it was all in the, it's all in the word of mouth. That's the only way to get something to be as big as it needs to be to inspire an entire legacy. Like, game devs no brain. Like yeah, that is correct. Do you guys have a specific genre that you would want the next big indie hit to be? Because puzzle platformers, IMHO, are kind of overused, I guess. Puzzle platformers and top-down RPGs I'm not necessarily a fan of right now. I think they've stayed their welcome and need a little bit of a break, honestly. Oh yeah, Fez. Oh yeah, have you guys heard anything about Phil Fish's new video game? Because I haven't. I don't know, did he? I legitimately haven't heard anything from him since that documentary came out, I think. I don't know, he seems too much of a blowhard to actually leave. He seems like Yamacon in the anime industry. Or even like Hayao Miyazaki. Like, blowhards will constantly quit and just come back. They'll proclaim like, oh, everything is dead, there's no hope, I'm quitting this. And then 3 years later, they'll return and make something else. I don't know. I don't know anything about Phil Fish. I honestly couldn't tell you. I think with Yamacon and Miyazaki is that those are generally two guys that love the actual work that they do and a lot of the industry that inspired them. I know nothing about Phil Fish and what inspired him. I don't know how he necessarily felt about creating Fez. Oh god, Yamakan. Oh no, I forgot, he did something really bad during the fire. He said some really bad stuff. So, whenever it first, like, just hit the news, right as it started, so for anyone that doesn't know, Yamakan directed the first episode, or the first several episodes of the anime Lucky Star at Kyoto Animation. If you haven't ever watched Lucky Star, the first episode is super polarizing because it just starts off with three girls having an argument over how to eat a chocolate cornet. It's 10 minutes long. It's super off-putting if you aren't already familiar with the show. It's the worst, you say? I don't know. I kind of enjoy it. I think if you've already seen the series and you really enjoy it, it's a great opening. But it was super polarizing. Negative opinions flowed in super quickly, so Kyoto Animation, he was fired. Yeah, so Yamakan was immediately fired, and he has this just seething hatred for Kyoto Animation. So the news comes out yesterday, or super late last night, around midnight or so, or 10 o'clock. He tweets, "Don't put it out," or something. And, or just wait. I can't remember which one, I need to look it back up, but it's super not cool. And that was whenever there were like maybe 1 or 2 injuries announced. Like no one knew what was going on. And he's just been tweeted at ever since, just constantly, "Don't put it out, don't put it out, don't put it out, don't put it out, don't put it out." It's super bad. Hey, level 40. That has not helped his lack of reputation at all. You know what? I think he actually declared bankruptcy not too long ago, which is kind of sad. Like, I hate Yamakan, but I don't want him to be on the street. He probably won't be. Like, he's got a movie coming out relatively soon, so I assume he'll. Unless he got paid a flat rate, he'll probably make back some of the money he's lost. Yeah, if you've never seen anything Yamakan has done, and by what he's done, I specifically mean all of the terrible things he's said to make himself out to be like a supervillain, I recommend looking him up, because he's very, very funny. He's just so angry and bitter. I love it. Yeah, he's the one responsible for the "do you eat it from the top or bottom" thing. I have no idea why he and the series composition guy decided to do that, but it's absolutely amazing in retrospect. I'll give him credit for it. I feel like that was genuinely like a good decision for rewatches, not necessarily first watch-throughs though. I don't follow Kojima. What a coincidence, he's the only Japanese guy I don't follow. guess let's take a look at the
You really think you can beat me?
old level ups. Let's see what we gotta do. Status 3000. Yeah, Death Stranding. Yeah, I know he has the game coming out. So right around 3000, so 1500, 750. Let's see, divided by 20, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, so 14. Alright, sick. Yeah, Death Stranding.
You're going down. Ha! Ha! Huh! Ha! 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 Huh! Ha! Huh! Ha!
I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm too excited for it, other than the fact that Kojima's working on it. Like, I still would have much rather had Silent Hills, honestly. I'm not playing Phantom Pain. I don't really like Metal Gear Solid. I like a lot of the ideas in Metal Gear Solid. But like, generally I don't care for the gameplay. Like, I really don't care for open worlds that much. I like linear games. I don't know, pretty much the only reason I'm excited for Kojima stuff are RPGs and open world. No, not really. What I consider to be open world are non-linear things where story is fairly optional. Like Skyrim, like pretty much any like Western RPG recently, most Bethesda games, if not all of them, are open worlds. Like, you can do the immediate storyline as quick as you want. You can go through it super quick. You don't have to do any side quests. But you can literally just stop whatever you're doing and do anything else, though. Like, you can visit any town in any order you want. It does not matter. You'll eventually have to go back to most of them. But it really doesn't mean anything to me. A lot of open world games generally just mean that it's gonna be super empty and kind of boring. Like, that's one reason that I really like Dragon Quest XI, is that it has this gigantic world, but like, you're constantly on the move, so that way you have a pace to keep up in Dragon Quest XI, it feels like. So you see all these amazing places, but they aren't really populated that much aside from like some ruins to look out for and monsters. But that's okay because you're trying to get to the next place to keep up with the story. But with open worlds, like, you don't have that hook. You don't have that line constantly grabbing at you. It doesn't feel like it, at least. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know, I haven't played Phantom Pain. It might not be an open world, but generally speaking, just the gameplay doesn't really seem to be my style. Oh yeah, it looks like we'll be reaching 41 right around the 10-hour 45 mark. A little bit before then, probably. I don't know though. How many Metal Gear games have I played? I definitely played a few, like at least 2 or 3 hours of the first one. I played 5 or 6 hours of 3. To be fair, I haven't played a whole lot of super recent games. I have Metal Gear Rising on my to playlist though. It kind of sucks that the Twitch mobile can't be minimized. Yeah. Yeah, I never actually completed Kingdom Hearts 3 though. I didn't actually finish the game, even. Around like 90 or 95% of the way through, I just got really bored and just dropped it. It just got really boring all of a sudden. I couldn't tell you why. I guess I just wasn't enough of a fan of the combat. 'Cause I put a good amount of time in there too. Actually, yeah, same thing happened with Persona 5. Now that I'm thinking about it, I put like 50 hours into it and then just dropped it because I got bored. You know, I think that must be it. Like, I have a limit in my mind for games that I enjoy, but I don't really love, of about 50 hours. Like, that's the max amount of time I can put into something before I just drop it. Persona 5 R comes out soon, and you're excited to replay it. It's sick, man. Yeah. I wish I was excited to play it. Oh god, don't listen to this. Okay, it's fine. I felt a sneeze coming on. What was your favorite part about Persona 5? BT dubs. I mean section of it, not necessarily aspect. 'Cause I feel like anyone could probably say, oh yeah, the art. Well, yeah, of course that's a reason everybody likes it. Like, what's your favorite portion of the game? Well, yeah, aesthetic speaks to people. Like, that's why you have like this resurgence in the last couple years of old anime girls. That's why you have terrible shows. Yeah, that's why you have something like, yeah, that's why you have like a terrible show like I don't know, Kimagure Orange Road. That's why you have in the last couple years like vaporwave and techno funk. That's why all those stupid all the stupid YouTube channels just play GIFs of those in the background with like color filters on top of them. It's because that kind of aesthetic just speaks to people. Probably the final segment. probably need you to tell me what that is, because I have legitimately watched... I've legitimately never played that. What? Have you watched that Korean Soda Punk video? I don't know what that is. With the squirrel girl? What? I have no idea. Don't post it. Oh, for God, don't you post that, though. Oh God.
Oh man, I'm really off today. You're going down.
But that actually reminds me, is there a crazier, more obsessed sect of Twitter than K-pop? Legitimately. Because in all my years on there, I cannot actively think of an angrier, more obsessive, louder, more obnoxious group of people than K-pop fans. Like it reminds me of the boy band craze from forever ago, except now instead of it being a bunch of like 6 to 15-year-old girls, it's now 16 to 40-year-old women. Like, I can't log into Twitter anymore without seeing some band name that I just being in the trending. It's legitimately aggravating. I don't hate K-pop or anything, but I specifically don't listen to it to try to spite them in some way. Like, I know that they have no idea who I am, and I know that they don't know that I'm not listening to it, but I feel like if I listen to even one song that's being recommended to me by those insane weirdos, then I'm going to lose some part of my humanity. And actually, that same thing for like YouTube recommendations now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I hate YouTube recommendations. I avoid them at all costs. Have I been listening to anything? Not really. I'm mostly listening to the super long Let's Plays I have downloaded as audio. was the last thing that I listened to that wasn't a Let's Play? And I don't know. I feel like I just listened to Weezer's White Album. Yeah, I think I listened to that while I was on my way to work. Or you know what? Last night, I did listen to something new. I listened to Peppa Pig's first album. Pretty solid stuff. Light to decent 8, if I'm being honest. Really surprises me that it hasn't been banger, yeah. Dude, Bing Bang Zoo. Like, one of the singles of the year, honestly. See in list week. It will be, I guarantee it. Certified plat. Dude, that thing's going diamond if I'm being honest. Like, she's got the fan power. Actually, you know what? No, a couple days ago I listened to some Oliver Tree stuff. I really like him. He's cool. He's got some great lyric stuff. Music videos are all great too. I love the production behind it too. See, I listened to... I'm not that big a fan of, like, Alien Boy, but I listened to that. I listened to, Fuck. That one was good. And, Hurt. Yeah, you did. But he was on the H3 podcast a while back. I'd pretty much forgotten about him. So we're probably looking at like 13 or 14 minutes out on the level 41, which is pretty cool. Oh, for God's sake, I forgot to record this. I'm gonna have to download it now. Oh God. it is not 190 more hours, I'll have you know. Once I hit 41, I'll do the calculation for you. It would have been 190 hours total, probably. But how we are right now, we're doing fine. I'd say we have, at most, 185. $180 to 185. Which is easy. 185, we can do that no sweat. Look at us, we're already level 40. Only 60 more to go. That's easy stuff right there. Alright. Since we knocked him out, let's go ahead and do the calculation real quick. Alright. Alright, just getting some stuff laid out. Alright, so we'll crop that. Then we'll add a source, screen capture, window capture. No. Source, screen cap, window cap. There we go. Alright, so this is a table of the EXP needed to reach level 100. Right now we are at level 40, which means we have about 33,900. So to get to level 100, we need 880,000 about. So we will first get rid of that. So we'll get the calculator out. Calculator out, we'll get not that one. Get that, get that, we'll get that. And put that right there. Alright. So we need to get Alright, so we can just go ahead and get rid of all of this EXP right here. There. There. So we'll just take the total amount to level 100, 880,000. We'll subtract what we already have, so about 34,000. So we're left with that much. And we get 4 EXP per thing. So in total we have to parry him another 211,000 times about. Which will be easy. And we do 20 of those per minute. Which means we've got 11,000 minutes of this. Which means a measly 176 hours left. See, we're getting pretty close. So that's what it looks like right now. If we look at what it was before, though, boom, second calculator. How about that? If we look at what it was before, though, it'd be 880,000 divide by 2, and then divide by 20, divide by 60. Boom. That was the original estimate before we got an upgrade to our tech points. But wait, there's more. Whoops, not that one. Alright, let's get another one, and which one will it be? It doesn't actually give me a good label for what any of these are, so I'm just guessing. Yeah. God, there was so much garbage. Alright, which one is this? We don't need that one. We don't need this one. What is this? It's that one. Alright, we'll remove that. Remove MS Paint. Alright. There. And we can remove the other calculator. Alright, let's exit out of all that. Okay. Alright. Let's get back, shall we? So yeah, we have less than 180 hours left at this point. How about that? Boy, don't you feel a fool. 190 more hours, you claim. Pshaw. Now, believe it or not, there is someone else that has actually done this. Like, to completion, up to level 100. I believe his run took him 210 hours. I couldn't tell you exactly why, because none of the actual videos exist anymore. You just got to the top of the summit. You'll have to remind me what that is. I haven't played DQ11 in a while. Which summit? To the twin girls' home? Is that it? Oh wait, no, yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, the summit with the monks. Yeah. Yeah, that place is pretty cool. Oh no. Yeah, there's some cool monsters on your way up there that I really enjoyed. Yeah, the second act is probably the best part of the game. Like, early to mid second act. Actually, you know what? Not even that. Just the second act in general is super solid. I'd say about everything up through I don't know what's the best way to say this. Everything up to the whale is really, really, really good. I'd say once you actually get to the big forge, that's where it kind of slowed down for me, but even then, it was really, really solid. Yeah, though, once you reach the credits, though, just stick around past the end. There's some special stuff in there. Because, duh, of course it's an RPG. It's a JRPG, why would there not be post-credit stuff? You just Rab and his master. I don't know what those words mean mixed together like that. That's some kind of incantation. Ah. Yes. Oh. Lamau, I just met Rab and his master, yes. Lamau indeed. Alright, level 41, here we come. I don't know, does anyone think that Jade is best girl? Anyone that's beaten the game, I mean. Really? I thought you didn't like Veronica. Yeah, I don't really like Gemma that much either. She's pretty low tier. Who's best girl?
Oh man, I'm
Ah,
off today.
as someone that has beaten the game, I don't know, maybe Serena? Serena and Veronica are both probably the best. I like Jade's backstory the most, I guess. I don't know. Overall, I'd say Serena.
Going down.
Best boy? Dang, I don't know. There are a lot of good ones in there. Hendrik is sick. Rabs, pretty cool. MC, great design. Eric's a bro. Sylvando, just, you know what? Sylvando's probably just overall the best. Ravs is probably Ravs probably has like the most engaging story overall. But I don't know, I guess Sylvando is just the most fun to actively listen to. Like as soon as he's introduced, you're like, I want him on my team. He's so cool. For worst boy, I'd probably do Eric. Like, he just doesn't have a lot going for him, in my opinion. His design's kind of terrible. His backstory is kind of fine. Does he have a good backstory? I enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. It's a really good idea, at least. But it's fine. Hello, Shinamori. Indeed, PogChamp, level 41. We've officially passed the point where choosing the night route will get us to the end faster. And it only took close to 11 hours. Yeah, though, Eric doesn't really have much going for him, so he's probably the worst. Sylvando probably best. I'd have like a best villain, but honestly, like since you're not all the way through the game yet, I don't want to spoil any of them. Some of them are still really good ideas and designs. Yeah, sorry if anyone that just stopped by was hoping to see a lot more of this, but I'm actually about to head off, do something else for a little while. I try to stream about 2 hours every single day. I say tries because I just took a 2-day break. I've taken multiple day breaks before this, but you know, it's always, I'm always hoping to do 2 hours, and today's is about to come to an end. Wake up, Titus, we're not done quite yet, we still got another minute. I need to start thinking about what I want to eat. Getting to about lunchtime. Or I guess it'd be breakfast for me. Alright. And that is probably gonna be it.
I'm really off today.
3,800 to the next level. Alright, I guess we'll do a little calculation. Just a small one. Alright, so 3,800 divide by 4. $950, divide that by 20. Dang, 48 minutes. Oh well. So we'll probably get 2 or 3 levels off tomorrow. That'll be cool. Alright, let's save and get out of here. Anime times, baby. Yep. Alright, thanks to anyone that stopped by. Hopefully I'll see everyone tomorrow. Have a good day.